all this stuff with fiscal before we closed it out, because we made sure that.
Heather, thank you for waiting. You are good to start.
Thank you, Lauren. This is Chair Lafferty for the record. It is now 10:03 a.m. on August 5th, 2025. Let's open the Nevada Hazard Mitigation Working Group meeting. Lauren, can you please call the roll?
Yes, ma'am. Lauren Borst for the record. Heather Lafferty.
Present.
Andrew Trelease.
Present.
Thank you. Stephen A. Croft. Eric Antle.
Present.
Salome Barton.
Present.
BT Allen. Tim Hill.
Present.
Sherry Davis. Rick Kohler. Don Johnson. Cameron Kramer. Sarah Fichtner.
Present.
Lisa Nash.
Present.
Star Albert.
Present.
Lainey Perro. Present. Samantha Laddick.
Here.
You have quorum.
Thank you, Lauren. We will close agenda item number 1 and move on to agenda item number 2. Agenda item number 2, public comment. This is for discussion only. This is the first period set aside for public comment. If you would like to make a public comment by phone, please call in by dialing 669-219-2599. When you are prompted to enter a meeting ID, please enter 202-331-8963 and press pound. When prompted for a participant ID, please press pound. When asked to provide a public comment, please press *6 to unmute yourself and *6 again when your comments are complete. I'm going to read this one more time just to give time online. Again, this is the first period set aside for public comment. If you would like to make public comment by phone, please call in by dialing 669-219-2599. When you are prompted to enter the meeting ID, please enter 202-331-8963 and press pound. When prompted for a participant ID, please press pound. When asked to provide public comment, please press *6 to unmute yourself and *6 again when your comments are complete. In order to give people time to call in, let's start with the members on the Zoom platform. Does anyone have public comment?
Heather Lafferty, it's John Backetall for the record. Can you hear me?
Hi, John. Go ahead.
Wanted to request that DEM submit to people who have open grant applications an update on where they're at, both in FEMA approval as well as funding approval and when expected funding obligations will be released by FEMA. Thank you.
Thank you, John, for that comment. That comment is noted. And we will call again for public comment on the Zoom platform. Does anyone else have public comment on Zoom? Okay, now let's move on to the phone. If there's anyone on the phone that would like to make public comment, please press *6 to unmute yourself to make your public comment and *6 when your comments are complete. Okay, I am not hearing any further public comment, so I will close agenda item number 2 and move to agenda item number 3. Agenda item number 3 is the approval of minutes from our May 6, 2025 meeting. This is for discussion, possible action. Would anyone like to discuss the minutes? Okay, hearing no discussion, I will entertain a motion to approve the meeting minutes from May 6, 2025.
Andrew Trelease, move to approve the minutes.
Thank you, Andrew. Do I have a second?
Salome Barton, second.
Thank you, Salome. We have a first by Andrew and a second by Salome. Let's take a vote. All in favor of approving the meeting minutes from May 6, 2025, please say aye.
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 Thank you. Any opposed, say nay. Okay, hearing none, motion passes unanimously. I will close out agenda item number 3 and move on to agenda item number 4. Agenda item number 4 is introduction of the new state hazard mitigation officer and program updates. This is for discussion only. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity to speak today. I'd like to formally introduce myself as the new state hazard mitigation officer. Many of you may have known me from my previous roles, first serving as Nevada's access and functional needs officer, and now concurrently as our chief resilience officer. My work has always been focused on ensuring the equity and inclusion in disaster planning, especially for our underserved rural and frontier communities. In my new role as the Nhmwg, I'm excited to strengthen Nevada's mitigation program, not only to just be both forward-looking and community-centered, but our priorities are really going to focus on building local capacity, leveraging data for smarter mitigation strategies, and aligning our efforts with long-term resilience goals. As I step into this new role, I want to take a moment to acknowledge the leadership direction provided by our chief, Brett Compston. He set a clear guidepost for where we're going. And the hazard mitigation program is aligning our efforts, with that vision. We're focusing on building local capacity by providing hands-on technical assistance and practical tools to counties, tribes, and communities, that are often under-resourced, especially in mitigation planning. We really want to focus on modernizing the mitigation program using data-driven approaches and cross-sector partnerships to improve how we're identifying our risk and funding our projects, but most importantly, really breaking silos by coordinating with partners like public health, transportation, forestry, and other mitigation strategies to really protect those lifelines and infrastructure. And one example of this collaboration is our new partnership with the Nevada Division of Forestry. And, together we are hiring a mitigation specialist who will support our wildfire resilience, community risk reduction, and help jurisdictions navigate hazard mitigation planning and that funding landscape. And here, just real quickly, I wanted to turn it over to Lainey and just ask Lainey if she had any updates on the grant side of things she'd like to provide.
Good morning, Lainey Pearl for the record. No grant updates. I'm the new Recovery Mitigation Supervisor with the Office of Emergency Management. We're here to help out and do what we can to provide you guys the best customer service. So if you have any questions, just go ahead and reach out to us. But other than that, no updates. Thank you.
Thank you, Lainey. And we're super excited about Lainey's new position and joining this working group. So thank you for that introduction, Lainey. Are there any questions about the new Nhmwg role or kind of any of the direction we just discussed for the hazard mitigation program?
Andrew
Okay.
Trelease.
Andrew,
Trelease,
yes, go ahead, Andrew.
I just want to say congratulations on your role. So I'm
Thank you, Andrew. I appreciate that.
working with you. So
I'm excited to be working with you too. Thank you. Okay, hearing no further comments or questions, I will close out agenda item number 4 and move on to agenda item number 5. Agenda item number 5 is a unified review and ranking of all mitigation projects. This is for discussion only. So as we continue to refine our processes for transparency and accountability across all of our commissions and working groups, I want to take a moment to outline kind of a new standard moving forward for this working group. So going forward, we will vote to approve projects that come before the Hazard Mitigation Working Group. Even in the case where only one project is submitted in a category or funding cycle, when there's multiple eligible projects, of course, we will conduct a ranking and scoring process to ensure each is elevated equitably and consistently, right, according to our kind of approved criteria here. But even when there's a single project, we still want to, just discuss it and bring it to a vote to confirm that we all agree, this project aligns with our mitigation priorities, complies with applicable funding guidelines, and reflects our community resilience goals as a work group, advising Administrator Compton. And so this approach really helps reinforce, our transparency, supports public trust, and ensures the working group is really fulfilling our role, which is critical as kind of that checkpoint in the unified hazard, mitigation assistance process that's really outlined in our state's enhanced hazard mitigation plan and FEMA's hazard mitigation assistance guidance. So we just wanted to reinforce and kind of bring that to the forefront of the working group. Are there any questions or comments about the role of this working group in the grant process moving forward? Okay, very good. Then I will close out agenda item number 5 and move into agenda item number 6. Agenda item number 6 is the National Earthquake Hazards Reduction Program, Individual State Earthquake Assistance, Notice of Funding Opportunity for FY25. This is for discussion, possible action. So we weren't sure what we would be getting this year in the grant cycle, but FEMA did recently release the Notice of Funding Opportunity for the National Earthquake Hazard Reduction Program, the Individual State Assistance Grant. This is a non-competitive state level grant opportunity with approximately 1 million available nationwide. And I know 1 million doesn't sound like a lot for the whole nation, but each state may apply directly. If our application is approved, Nevada would receive $70,785 in funding from FEMA with a match of $23,595 for a total of $94,380. Due to the limited application window and timing of the release, we were not able to convene this working group to collectively discuss potential projects that the state could submit on. However, in alignment with Nevada's enhanced hazard mitigation plan, and to ensure we don't miss this opportunity, Nevada Office of Emergency Management is submitting a proposal focused on addressing gaps in seismic risk and understanding. And I want to kind of review that project with the working group. And Lauren, this one was updated with the new funding requirements from when the NOFO dropped, so we can take this one off the screen because this one's no longer correct. Thank you. We had to update it. They had actual guidance, updated guidance they released with the NOFO. So this is a project focused on addressing, again, that gap in seismic risk understanding in rural Nevada. So this project will conduct a rapid seismic vulnerability and continuity of operations assessment in 10 to 20 lifeline facilities, depending again on that final funding. Our focus specifically will be on food banks, shelters, and cooling centers that play a critical role during disaster response using FEMA's P154 rapid visual screening methodology. And we want to also evaluate non-structural and operational vulnerabilities. And with the eventual goal here is to create a GIS-based visualization of the risk and provide a final report, right, with retrofit recommendations and priority rankings for future mitigation funding. All we can do right now is assume that BRIC will return in some form, some version, and we want to have these assessments and justifications already completed to help support our local jurisdictions and Nevada's applications. So to complete this work, the state will contract with qualified engineers or firms certified in RVS assessment methods, while the Nevada Office of Emergency Management will provide oversight and coordination with local jurisdictions and tribes and the Hazard Mitigation Working Group. So again, this project is to help us establish a clear picture of Nevada's post-earthquake sheltering and support capacity in our rural areas, support planning for retrofit projects, and increase our competitiveness in Nevada for future FEMA mitigation grant cycles, again, in whatever version, if we're lucky enough again to get something like BRIC, or HMGP. So we intend to brief this group again once the project is underway and approved, and encourage any jurisdictions that are interested in being included to reach out. And there may be opportunities again to integrate future assessments or align with local hazard mitigation priorities. And so I wanted to pause here and ask if there were any questions about the state's application for NEHRP. Star, go ahead.
Hi, this is Star Albert with State PHP for the record. And did you say that you haven't submitted the application yet? So we haven't, or you have, so we have the notice of award already.
So the NOFO was released, and we are currently, it is in the crunch timeline of all the other NOFOs that were released by FEMA. I believe it was like Lane, you can correct me if I'm wrong, is it 13 days?
About that, yeah.
Yeah, it's about a 13-day turnaround from the application opening until when it has to be submitted. So we are currently building this application, and it is in review with our grants team right now. And then we will be submitting it by August 11th to FEMA.
Okay, thank you. And the focus is primarily on tribal and rural areas, correct?
Yes, that's correct. And again, it's on those critical lifeline infrastructures. So food banks, shelters, cooling stations, or heating centers. And again, this will be in conversation with our local jurisdiction, emergency managers, and tribes. And we'll really be prioritizing their recommendations on what they would like assessments on, so that we have those assessments ready to go to support them when they're putting in applications for hopefully something like the new version of BRIC.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah, of course, Star. Thank you for that question. Any other questions? Okay, so at this time, I will accept a motion that this project aligns with our mitigation priorities and complies and reflects our community resilience goals of this work group.
Move to follow that recommendation. Andrew Trelease for the record.
Thank you, Andrew. And do I have a second?
Lisa Nash, I second.
Thank you, Lisa. All right, so we have a first by Andrew and a second by Lisa. Let's take a vote. All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed, say nay. Okay, motion passes unanimously. I will close out agenda item number 6 and move on to agenda item number 7. Agenda item number 7 is public comment. This is for discussion only. This is the second period set aside for public comment. If you would like to make public comment by phone, please call in by dialing 669-219-2599. When you are prompted to enter a meeting ID, please enter 202-331-8963 and press pound. When prompted for a participant ID, please press pound. When asked to provide a public comment, please press *6 to unmute yourself and *6 again when your comments are complete. Again, to allow time for anyone who would like to call in, I will repeat the number one more time. If you would like to make public comment by phone, please call in by dialing 669-219-2599. When you are prompted to enter a meeting ID, please enter 202-331-8963 and press pound. When prompted for a participant ID, please press pound. When asked to provide a public comment, please press *6 to unmute yourself and *6 again when your comments are complete. Does anyone on the Zoom platform have a public comment? Okay, let's now move on to the phone. If there's anyone on the phone that would like to make a public comment, please remember to press *6 to unmute yourself and make your public comment. Okay, hearing none. I'm not hearing any further public comments, so I will close agenda item number 7 and move on to agenda item number 8. Agenda item number 8 for adjournment. This is for discussion, possible action. I will accept a motion to adjourn.
Andrew Schlise, motion to adjourn.
Thank you, Andrew. And do I have a second?
Star Albert, motion to adjourn.
Thank you, Star. So we have a first by Andrew and a second by Star. Let's take a vote. All in favor of adjourning this meeting, please say aye.
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 All right, motion passes unanimously. This meeting has now ended.